Oh, the baby. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
Ever since they were first added to the game.
Oh, God. Am I gonna get banned for... Is that TOS? Is that against TOS? Am I fucked? I'm gonna hope that goes under educational content and we'll be fine. Okay.
Game, the cat build has been a dominant force in the meta.
I'm assuming it's fine. It's on
They
YouTube.
square up with some of the most powerful builds of the Ice Age. And in the current meta, even the smallest variants can rack up absurd KD ratios. However, not all cat builds are such an impressive meta-defining force. The cheetah is one of the few feline builds facing some serious challenges lately.
They stacked in full decks. Full decks, all speed, and in nothing else. I think they're the worst performing cat in Africa. Out of all of the other big cats in Africa, I think cheetahs get bullied the absolute most out of any of the other big cats. Because like leopards and whatnot, they can carry their prey into trees. I know cheetahs can to a certain extent, but they don't have enough raw strength to keep up with leopards. They're faster, but that comes at a cost because they go so fucking fast that they get a lot more lactic acid buildup. So they got like 1 or 2 sprints a day, and if they can't catch food, they're dead. They're done.
But are they truly a bottom tier build?
They're
They have quite a
dunzos.
few impressive abilities and a stat spread unlike any other cat. But they've also got some pretty major weaknesses. So today I'd like to take the time to elaborate.
And they
on
have a limited
generalizations I
hunting
made in my
pool, that's
original
also
cat
true.
Tier list video a few years back. Realistically, every
And
build
God
on that
forbid a
list was
cheetah sprints after a prey, gets the prey. Odds are it's much smaller than like something a lion can get. And they're tapped out. They're fully tapped out. They killed it. They got their meal. And then a bunch of hyenas are like, hey, what's up, dude? What are they gonna do? They can't do shit. They can't run. They just gotta sulk away and hope they just go for the food and not go for both them and the food.
deserves a video to itself. And seeing as cheetahs are my favorite of the bunch, I'll start with them. We'll begin with the positives. So cheetahs have a rather unorthodox stat spread. While most cats focus mainly on power and stealth,
because the
the
music.
cheetah has sunk all available evolution points into mobility, granting it the highest mobility stat in the game. This is pretty important because
Fast
it
as
makes
fuck,
the cheetah
boy.
the only carnivore build in the African meta that can actually chase down and outspeed herbivores like the impala and gemsbok.
There you
All
go.
the other carnivores need to either pull off a successful stealth strike or keep up the chase at a distance and wait for their target's stamina to run out. Cheetahs
Which
can
is the
actually
human
close the
strat.
distance on any fleeing player at top speed. The cheetah also has a few other abilities that it specifically specs into to support its
It's not
high-speed
spooky
strategy.
season anymore. What's
The cheetah
this?
has a much longer tail than most cats,
For
which grants it bonus
direction.
stability and a tighter turn radius while running. This makes it very difficult to juke a pursuing cheetah.
It's true.
Cheetahs also have dark streaks under their huge eyes, which reduces glare and grants them bonus accuracy.
Oh,
in their attacks.
that's dope.
Cheetahs also took a
Why
page
is
from
evolution so cool,
the
man?
Canine playbook and opted for non-retractable claws, which is a big change from what most felid players spec into.
So they can dig into
Keeping
the
their claws
ground.
unretracted grants the cheetah extra traction while
Yep.
running. Cheetahs often don't get enough credit for their effectiveness using team strategies. Their high intelligence allows them to organize some pretty coordinated attacks.
I love the
that
editing,
enable a
dude. It's
target cheetah
fantastic.
to take down some surprisingly large targets, or stand their ground in some normally unwinnable confrontations.
That's only if they hang out in
This
packs.
is about where the positives
Which is
end,
usually,
and pretty
they
much
don't usually do that. I think cheetahs only do that with siblings. I know some lions will do that. Like I've seen a viral video on Reddit where there was like 6 male lions together in a nature preserve walking as a pride. Because they don't normally do that. I think the same thing is with cheetahs. If they have a big litter, they'll hang out together.
every ability I just mentioned comes with some serious downsides.
Because most
The
cheetahs are solo.
specialization into the agility skill tree leaves it with some highly
It's
exploitable
gonna get kicked. Oh
vulnerabilities.
god.
In order to remain lightweight enough to achieve
Oh,
its incredible
Run,
movement
bitch,
speed, the
run!
cheetah drastically cut its defensive stats. With a tall, lanky frame,
Oh
thin
no.
skin, and no
They're
body
gonna get
fat,
kicked,
a cheetah
dude.
can't afford to take any hits at all, a fact that affects every aspect of their game.
Oh shit!
First, this means they cannot take many risks while on the attack. Now, most predators will
Cheetahs
avoid
get
risks
so
and
bullied.
go for easy kills on low-level players. However, in the cheetah's case, a player deciding to put up pretty much any resistance at all is too risky.
But not for
This
me.
makes sense, though, as unless they land a critical hit on an opponent's weak point,
Oh
they
my
can't deal
God.
much damage. since their claws aren't retractable, they are blunted while running, which debuffs their potential
oh,
splash damage and eliminates
that
one
makes
of the cat
sense.
build's signature combat moves, the paw swipe. Cheetahs do have one claw on the back of their paws that is not
for
used
defense.
for traction and therefore remains sharp. And this claw gives them a bonus to grappling attempts while pouncing. However, its placement on the back of the foot makes it useless when a cheetah player is defending themselves. And unfortunately, the inability to defend themselves
is that also
the crucial weakness that keeps
another
cheetahs
cat?
low on the tier list.
What kind of cat is that? A baby cheetah?
Will need to do a lot of defending. In particular, there are two scenarios where cheetahs run into issues. The first is defending a kill.
Yep.
Using a burst of speed
what did I
is
say,
powerful.
dude? I knew it. They use all their energy to go for the prey, and by the time once they get it, it's over.
Costs a lot of stamina and generates a huge amount of heat.
The lactic acid
where,
alone.
After making a kill, cheetahs will need to wait for their stamina to regenerate before they can start eating. And it's during this huge window of time that other predator players will take advantage of the cheetah's lackluster defensive skills. Hyena and lion mains have no problem stealing a cheetah's kill. Most of the time, the cheetah player
that poor
will
gazelle
wisely
dude
choose
is
the kill.
so desperate
But
to
if they
get
pick up a
away.
fight, they're likely to get bodied pretty hard.
Eesh.
Now, while this is frustrating for the cheetah player base, it's not impossible to simply play around this weakness. Most cheetah players simply avoid hunting while hyenas are nearby, and also try to get most of the kills while the lion player base is offline.
The babies.
And considering lions only spend about 4
Murder
hours
kitties.
a day logged in, this is a decent window of
Look at them, they're so cute!
Objective
They
defense
could
is
kill
tough
me in an
enough for
instant.
cheetahs. But if you think they struggle to defend a control point for just a few dozen minutes, imagine how tough it is for them to complete the game's escort mission. Due to their low spawn rates, protecting offspring is a core part of the mammal build's gameplay. Cheetahs unfortunately do terribly at this, because similar to with defending a kill, a persistent predator player will pretty much always win.
Yeah, I used to watch the show growing up called Big Cats that was on... Was it Animal Planet? Animal Planet. And almost all the time, whenever they would film the cheetahs, they'd switch between like the lions and the cheetahs and whatnot. It was almost always the cheetahs like, it appears the mother cheetah has lost their second offspring of the season. It's like, oh my god, dude, why? They keep dying!
Is try to chase players away from
You hear the mother cheetah desperately call for her child with no response. It's like, oh my god!
before they even get within range of detecting their cubs.
It's so
Low-level
fucked.
cheetahs also spec into coloration that's meant to fool players.
It makes
into
them look
thinking
like
they're
little
actually a honey
badgers.
badger,
Yeah.
which would be a much less free kill. However, once they're found out,
That's
even
sad, dude. You know nature fucked you up when you look less intimidating than a honey badger.
max level cheetah using its best attacks and intimidation techniques will stand little chance of actually stopping an attack from a hyena. In fact, even smaller predator players like jackals can score kills on cheetah cubs using team strategies,
Damn.
as chasing away multiple attackers at once is near impossible.
No!
Because of their poor defensive skills,
Not the baby!
cheetah players have only a 30% chance of even unlocking their first level up achievement. All this to say that unfortunately, despite plenty of
Baby
very
didn't
valid
know.
points put towards me on places like Reddit and Twitter, cheetahs are indeed bottom tier, and honestly I'd expect the build to completely disappear from the meta if they don't change their strategies up.
Feels bad, man.
And I know it'd be a difficult task to give up on holding the record for the fastest movement speed in the game, but it's worth mentioning that this movement speed has its own limitations too. It's really only useful in open terrain, and is severely hampered by any obstacles. In fact, one of the best-
Why do I feel like cheetahs would probably do better if there were like more rabbits and smaller game around? Which I don't think that that's much of a thing.
To stay near cover and move into
There's a lot
less
of
open area
birds,
if
but
a cheetah player makes an attack attempt. Moving at such a high speed is not without risks.
they need like a
and
bunch
these
of
risks
rabbits
can
running
become
around, you know?
insurmountable if the terrain isn't favorable.
Oh!
And the cheetah's mobility also suffers in other areas too. Their blunted claws are much less useful for climbing, removing what might have been a low-level cheetah's best defense against predators like the hyena and jackal. I could go on to talk about the cheetah's lack of access to the ability Roar, or talk about how the cheetah's player base is so small that it's actually hampering their ability to gain new evolution points. But I think you get the picture. Cheetah
So they
players,
can't
I wish
evolve
you
as
the best of
fast?
luck, but I don't have high hopes for you. As tough as a playthrough of the cheetah
They're
build
so
can be,
cute,
they
though.
are fascinating to watch. And if you're interested in seeing more of the cheetah's struggle for survival, you should check out The Secret Life of Cheetahs, a documentary that chronicles the
Is it
life
on
of a family of
Nebula? Are you
cheetahs
about
as
to look? Look, they're catching a rabbit. I think that's the strat. That's cheetahs probably, if they are going to evolve, they're going to evolve to be a bit smaller so that they can more consistently go for smaller game because they won't have to eat as much. One, because they're smaller, and two, they'll probably have better chances hiding. They'll probably evolve to be more like the smaller, like cute, adorable little cats. See, not house cats, but like there's wild cats that are tiny around the world. I imagine in the next few 100,000 years, if they're still around, that's the strat.